Hey, and welcome back to the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends over at Yarnspirations.com. We're going to do the quick and merry crochet along together, and today is part 2 and the final part as we continue our mystery together, and we're going to just finish off the final stages of this, which includes a few more revolutions of what we already know, and then we're going to include a border. So let me tell you a little bit about this, and we're also doing some giveaways. I'm going to talk about that in a second too. This video has sound alerts added. When you hear this sound, it will be your signal that the segment is finishing up. Press stop and crochet the instructions, and then press play again to continue along in your project. So continuing along in our pattern, right now we're at the end of this red strip right here, or the pink strip. And what we're going to do is that we're going to continue just a few more revolutions of what we already know, and then you're going to move to the border. So we're going to have some giveaways as well for this, and the giveaways are about this size. So you have to, in order to qualify, you have to make it a minimum of what you see, but you of course can make it much bigger, and I'm going to tell you some tips to making it bigger as well. So you're going to see that the next section that we're going to do is only going to be 2 rounds of the same, and then we switch off to a solid green. So if you want to make it bigger, you can go as big as you want to go. The way that I did the math is that the final border is in sets of 4, and because it's increasing by 12 stitches every revolution, you'll always be in an increment of 4. So you can go as big or as little as you want to based on that information. But how do you do the giveaway? Let me talk a little bit about that in a moment. So on Yarnspirations and the crochetcrowd.com, there is a you could win banner. It's linked to this particular pattern. You'll see it in the more information of this video, and it has this information here. So you have 2 ways that you can enter. You can either use your Instagram account and use the hashtag of pound Merry CAL contest. So that's short for Merry Crochet Along contest. So Merry CAL contest. Or I have a link there, and you can upload it directly to Yarnspirations. You can do both, it doesn't matter. And if you want to enter in there, I will put the date on screen now, what the date is that you must submit it by. It's going to be midnight on this particular date that is at the bottom of the screen right now. So you make sure that you do submit it there. You're going to see some pretty amazing designs. I can guarantee that. So at the time of filming, this is already in progress, and I have to tell you, I am so blown away by the amount of options that people decided to do. Some people did solid pinwheels going out. Some people changed the increments of where it changed colors. You can do that as well, and it was just really awesome. The only thing you cannot do is use a solid color for the whole thing, because then it doesn't look like a pinwheel, and then it really defeats the purpose of learning how to do tapestry crochet. So it's really neat. I have to tell you though, the Caron cakes and the Bernat pop that people are using, instead what they're doing is that they're just using the same color, and then it's transitioning. I will put a picture right now on screen with you, and it looks absolutely amazing when you let the yarn change on its own too. I'm just blown away. So this is a really cool option. So let's get started and getting this mystery all solved and finished for you today. So as mentioned, you're at the end of this section right here. It's the pink section. We're going to do 2 more rounds of what we already know, and let's get started in doing that. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 of just solid color, and then we're going to do 1 more of the pink, and then we're going to then do the border after that. So it's really quite simple. We're almost done, and let's get this thing done. So currently my project right now is in round number 28, exactly where I should be, and I'm just going to switch the colors one more time and do 2 rows only, or 2 rounds only of this switch. So we're just going to do 2 rounds of what we already know, and then what we're going to do is then we're going to eliminate one of the colors out, and then we'll just do solid. So again, like always, the first one in each of the sections. We'll have 2 and then it's just 1 into each after that. People really got the hold of the concept. I don't even know how many people are participating. There's so many great ideas going on. So please do 2 more rounds of what you already know and then meet me back here, and then we're gonna eliminate 1 color out and then do 4 rounds then of a solid color. So now I'm back and I'm just finishing up my final 2 rounds of doing the pinwheel. So I'm gonna give you some options if you would like to continue and some advice, and I want you to have as much creativity as possible. So what I want to do is that I want to stop here and let's talk about what we're gonna do next. So here are some options for you. So right now I have you stopping right now at the edge of this pink one here, and now we have 4 rounds, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of this solid color. So this is kind of like the dominant color once you decide. So you have used both of your yarns equally at this time. So whatever color you decide to make this right now will be the dominant color of the whole thing. So if I'm doing this one here, if I do it pink of this will be the dominant, and if I do this one it'll be that one. Here's some options for you. If you would like to continue your pinwheel, you have to consider what you're using for the border. So the border takes up more yarn. So if you were going to do your pinwheel, you can continue to do it in sets of 3. So there's 1 left here and then there's another 4, and then you can do your border in after that. So whatever your border color is, you'll need an extra yarn for that in order to keep that color going. So that's completely up to you if you would like to do that. As you can see here, you can do the green all the way around easily in order to finish it off. So it's more this color here that matches is that you need extra of. So I'm gonna leave that for you on your creativity and what you want to do. But right now we're going to come back to the project and I'm gonna drop one of the colors and do my final 4 rounds of just doing solid, and I'll show you some tips on that too. So I come to the end and I want to have the pink as my dominant color. So I'm going to finish this completely and I'm going to then just attach, and my pink is ready to go next time around. So that means that my purple is done. So what I want to do is that I want to trim this yarn here and I want to bury that underneath the strands as I go, but I'm completely done with my purple at this time, and we'll bring back the purple then at the end of the project in order to do the border. So just like before, so here's the thing is that you could tell before every time you hit a peak, right? So let me just back out the camera for you there. You can tell when there's a peak. Like a section, right? So what you have to do is that you're still going to do it the same way that you know, adding 2 into the beginning and then solid like 1 in each and then turning. So what you have to do is that when you go forward now, every time you see there's a double, the first one will always have 2 into it in order to maintain it. Okay, so you're just not going to see the color transitions anymore if you're doing it solid like I'm about to. So when I go to start, I'm chaining 3 and I want to bury it in this purple as I go to get that underway, and then 1 double crochet in each, and then I'm gonna 1 double crochet in each of these and then 2 into the first one here. So the next time I come around on this project, it's all gonna be a solid pink. So I'm just gonna look where the doubles are, and the first one of each double will have 2 in order to continue to grow out. So I'm gonna have 4 rows of the solid color now, and then we're gonna come back and then do 2 rows of the border at the end. So again, it's up to you on how you want to do it as far as keeping your pinwheels all the way to the border. I designed this in a way that you can do that. You can make any size of this if you wish. It'll all balance out because it's always going to be growing in multiples of 12 as you're continuing in each round. And because I have done the final border in sets of 4, then that means that no matter what size that you do, the border will always work out for you. So continue now 4 rows of solid color if you wish, or just choose your own way that you're doing it, and then I'll see you back here and we'll do the border together. Okay, so now I'm back and I have my 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of solid color. In this area here you see it's more open. Again, that was up to your own creativity if you wanted to keep your pinwheel going or not. So what you have to just do is then you just have to slip stitch to the final, just like so. I just got to tighten myself up a little bit loose, and just do that. And then what we can just do is fasten this off. So I've already trimmed my yarn, so I'm just gonna pull through and I'm just gonna weave it through a few of those. If you want to use a darning needle, you can do so, and I will be using a darning needle at the end of today's tutorial to hide in the final loose end so that you don't have it falling out afterward. So now the next 2 rounds, 1 round is exactly what you already know, but it's now using the purple. So the border is kind of looking thick, but it's actually 2, and I'm just gonna bring this back, create a slip knot, join it to the start. See how you had 2 into the same one as you're doing that? So you just join it to the first one of the 2, join it with the slip stitch, chain up 3, and then double crochet into the same one to keep the growth, and then 1 into each. And I'm just burying in the loose end as I go, just right underneath, and you already know how to do that here in today's tutorial. So as I get to the next section here, there will be 2 into the very first one. Just look where it's double. See where you have the 2 there, and it'll be the first one, and then keep on going. So do this round exactly what you already know, but using a new color so you can make a nice thick border. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I'm in the last one, and I'm going to join. So for those that are going to inquire, because I know I'm going to get a few emails on this, is that no matter which round you finished on, the border will always work. Because it was in multiples of 12, in 12 sections, it's always divisible by 4, and I designed the border that can be done at any time within the project. So if you want to, if you're not happy with the size and want to make it bigger, you can do so. You will not ruin the border. So let's begin final round now. So we're going to chain up 1, and we're going to do 1 single crochet into the first one. So we're no longer going to make any growth when you hit like a between two pieces here. So then the next one is going to be a double crochet into the same, into that one, and then a treble into the same one. Okay, and this will give a opened up look. And then in the next one you want to do reverse of what you just did. So you want to do a treble and then a double into the next one. So there's 2 stitches in each, and then the next one is a single. So now you just end up like a flower petal kind of idea. So let's review that again. So the next one is going to be a single, then the next one is a double to start, followed by a treble into the same one, and then the next one is a treble into the next one, and followed by a double into the same one. So just remember that the 2 middle ones that make it up big are into the same one. So 1, 2 here and 2 here, and then single. Do you get it? So you end up with a really kind of a neat look like that. Okay, so just review again. So single crochet, then the next, and then move on. The next one is a double treble, the next one is a treble double, and then single crochet. So then the next one, single crochet, double treble, treble double, and then single crochet. So when I said double treble, don't make it a double treble. That's actually a stitch when I think about it. So let's do a double crochet and treble, and then the next one is a treble and then a double crochet. So do that all the way around for your final border. I'll see you at the end of this to conclude. So now coming up to the end, I have 3 stitches left. If you have 4 or 2, fake it or make it right. You're not gonna frog the whole thing at this point. Nobody in the right mind would. So just do the last few stitches as you know it. So it's a double treble into the next one, and then the next one after that is a treble, and then a double to the next one, and then the final one is a single, and you're just going to join it to the top of the first single crochet that you started with. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this yarn, and I'm gonna show you how to weave in your ends. Now I've been taking care of my ends as I've been going along, because there really hasn't been that many, because you've been burying the yarn in the tapestry kind of concept anyway. So using a darning needle, just feed your leftover yarn into the darning needle, and what I want you to do is just glide this underneath. So don't go around the outside of the stitch work. So don't impede on the outside, just go on the inside. Drag it through some fibers. So go 1, just pull it snug, and then go back in the other direction for 2, and then finally you're gonna do 3. So that's all there is to this particular blanket. It's really kind of a neat concept. I've designed this for simplicity, for easy success rate. Whether you liked it or not, that's up to you. So we have now giveaways and stuff, and you have until the date that is on screen, of August 18th, to be able to submit your Afghans to Yarnspirations through you can do it through Instagram or just update it to their website. If you go in the link in the more information of this video, I'll post you a link there is also to submit. So now it's done, it's great, and that's it. So until next time, I will post a photo of the final photo. So this is my second one, because the original one on the camera main bed was actually mine as well. So now I have 2. So until next time, have a great day. We'll see you again real soon, and thanks for joining me on this mystery.